Hello everyone, welcome to another online motivation show with me, Hilman Basri. Today we're going to talk about something which is out of the extraordinary, something that might create a new perspective and a new impact into someone's life. We're going to talk about volunteering. Okay, what aspects of this volunteering am I talking about? Is it just volunteering to do something? Is volunteering to do good things? Okay, I'm going to share with you some of my experience volunteering, and I want you to see whether it has some resemblance as to what you might have in mind. A lot of people do good things through an act of charity, which is most of the time voluntary. Okay, doing good things, we always say, as I always mention in my lectures before this, in my videos before this, when you do good things come back to you. So what I meant by volunteering is, okay, our life, we have a very busy lifestyle, right? For some of us, we work more than maybe 48 hours, more than 50 hours per week, all right? And there's not much time for yourself. There's not much time for the people around us, even for our loved ones. But remember this thing: what created us as an individual is also the people that are surrounding us most of the time. Okay, the society created us in a way that we are successful in their eyes. So if you are that successful person, it's not hard to just give back a little bit of that time and a little bit of that energy towards a good purpose. I often tell some of the talents that I used to work with, right, the actors, the models, okay, in order to kind of like be successful in this industry, which was the entertainment industry, is to also contribute something to your society. So basically, a lot of them spare a thought, and most of them, after being given that advice, started doing some charity work, not as a mileage for their fame or for maybe some political mileage or anything else, but just for goodwill, for the satisfaction of helping people. You see, we might think that our life is suck, or we might think that our life is on a constant hardship all the time. When I started volunteering maybe a decade ago, I start to realize that my life wasn't as bad as other people out there. There are people who suffer far worse than me. And it is through those voluntary works, through those voluntary stuff that I did for my society, that I realized that I'm actually quite lucky to be doing what I'm doing right now and to be achieving what I'm achieving, because some people find it a mountain to climb, not because they are not talented, not because they are not worthy or they are not capable to do that, but because of other extreme measures, such as some of them come from broken homes, some of them have financial trouble and stuff like that. So if we consider ourselves to be distorted, or all the negative thoughts that is coming into our mind, we have to also think that other people are suffering even worse than us. So consider ourselves lucky that we are living in a country which is modernized, which is everyone is free to practice whatever they want, and basically what is required is that energy to help those in need. Okay, some people might think that doing all this charity work, doing all this voluntary work, I'm too cool for that shit, right? Those who think like that, if you were to see things in the eyes of other people, if you were to look upon them, they aren't as cool as what they claim to be. Alright, most of them are just like normal human beings and with normal jobs, with same boring lives, just that they feel that I don't have no time to contribute to the society. What's the use of doing this? Therefore, you look at their life, they are just as dull as ever. In fact, they are even much more, their life is much more pointless in some points. Whereas if someone actually does give some time to help the society, to volunteer, all right, you will see that there is a bit of color. Not a bit, there is a massive colors in their life. They tend to be good at presentation skills. They tend to be good in promoting skills. They tend to be good in other communication aspects, and therefore a lot of in my experience, a lot of the skills that I developed today was because of the time I spent volunteering for several organizations. Okay, I would say that the people that you mix around doing this volunteering stuff are different. These are people who are very humble. These are people who are just as successful as anyone else, but they are very humble, down to earth, and they see things from a different perspective. They take care of their education. I remember that when I was embarking into this whole volunteering thing, I was not really one of the best candidates, right? Because I didn't have good qualification, I didn't have a lot of stuff, but I mixed around with highly educated people. I mix around with humble people. That makes me realize and open up my eyes to a different horizon out there. So they actually inspire me to kind of like replicate their ways, to kind of like see things from a different angle, and I begin to be much more self-appreciative of myself, and I begin to do a lot of reflections on myself, and that act of kindness, of helping other people, just automatically turn into one passion that I have, working with adolescents and teenagers as well as young adults today. So a lot of this uncertain or this type of experience, which was not really being planned beforehand, was actually a blessing to the entire whole big picture of what we actually achieve in our life today. Okay, when you meet people, when you actually contribute to the society, you feel that there is more to you than anything, and people appreciate you for what you are. Okay, self-appreciation is good. However, when you do something and it's being appreciated by other people, and that's something that you do is voluntary, and you get appreciated by those parties, you feel good about yourself, and you are more likely to promote this act of kindness to the next generation or so. What I noticed, people who doesn't contribute or doesn't volunteer for any organization, they tend to be the opposites, right? They tend to just be comfortable among their own peers, among their own comfort zone, and they tend not to be able to project themselves. They are not able to present themselves well. They are not able to have the confidence to handle stuff and stuff like that. But as a person, they would say that they are capable of doing a lot of things. So I mentioned in my previous videos about not being a mastery to certain things that interest you. Volunteerism is one of the aspects which you can practice that mastery. There are a lot of people who wants to learn a lot of things from specialized people. All right, if you specialize on another field, okay, on a particular field, let's say like for me, specialize in photography or video, okay, you can actually spread those knowledge in terms of this voluntary work. A lot of times I actually contribute a lot by giving them soft skills, all right, presentation skills, speech and drama, acting, things that I used to do in the past. I kind of just help these students because I believe that there's more to just acting and then performing. There is something that while doing these acts of acting and stuff like that, one can actually develop that self-awareness and that self-reflection among themselves, as well as they could boost their self-esteem and self-confidence. That's the most important thing, especially when we are handling teenagers. So my journey in volunteerism opens up to a whole lot of possibilities. There are things that in the past I only wish I could have done, but today I actually managed to help it with the connection and with the networks that I actually built upon the time I was volunteering my time for the society, for several organizations. Okay, one thing to take note about volunteering, it's a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful act of courtesy and act of charity that you can actually contribute to the society, to your society out there. But one thing to take note is, do not volunteer just for the purpose of being recognized. Do not volunteer just for the purpose to win awards. Do not volunteer just for the purpose of people wanting to have a good impression of you. Do it sincerely, do this voluntary work sincerely, and all these aspects will automatically come towards you. Okay, I've spoken enough, but today there's nothing else that I can actually relate to you about volunteerism rather than just, you experiencing yourself. You will embark into a world where everyone appreciates you for what you are. People don't judge you, people don't criticize you. Hell, everyone is here for the same purpose, which is to volunteer for a good cause. So start volunteering for a good cause, any cause for that matter, and I can assure you, you will be open to lots of horizons, lots of doors, lots of unexpected, sincerity from people, and there will be a life full of surprises, because a lot of things that you will learn from people, right, that you will not learn in your workplace, a lot of things that you will get through a lot of added bonus skills that you will get, you won't get at other places. So it's a world of uncertainties. However, it's also a world that is worthwhile to embark in. So start volunteering for your organization or your society, your community, and try to change the lives of the people that you care most, which is your own society or your own the people around you, for all mankind in general. So I believe by volunteering yourself to any organization or any particular cause, your perspective of life will be totally different from what you actually expected to happen, and there will be a new world of things, new stuff to explore out there after you embark into volunteerism. So, alright, it's not about me talking so much, but it's about you trying to take that extra leap forward into volunteering yourself for a good cause, and I can assure you, you will feel at home and you will feel accepted by everybody around you. So that's it for me talking about volunteerism. I wish you start volunteering for some causes today, and for some organization and your community. Do some contribution to the community, alright? And I can assure you, good things will happen to you. Alright, that's it for me. Hilman Basri signing out from the Online Motivation channel. Alright, goodbye.